So, hello everyone. Today we are starting a new series on basic thermodynamics, and the goal of this lecture series, will be to understand the basics of thermodynamics, and then we will move on to applied thermodynamics. So, the first lecture today is gonna be on how thermodynamics came into existence and how does this word thermodynamics actually originated? Where does this came from? So, let me just write this down here. Thermodynamics. This is chapter 1. Basics, origin, and applications. So, thermodynamics is originally made from two words. One is therm, which means heat, and dynamics, which means force. So, what this means is that thermodynamics is a study of movement of heat, study of movement of heat and its effects on the body and surrounding. Pretty straightforward till here. Now, these two words, therm and dynamics, these are Greek words. So, the root of these words is Greek. And when the thermodynamics began, initially people didn't use the term thermodynamics. There are so many different brilliant minds who came and they gave their own research and theories. And later on, thermodynamics term was coined or was widely accepted when first William Thomson, or we know him as Lord Kelvin, he used it in 1854 on his publication. So, used in his publication. Now, Lord Kelvin, right now we know that there is a Kelvin scale named after him. He was a very influential figure, did a lot of work on thermodynamics in understanding the concepts and basics of thermodynamics. Now, how thermodynamics came into existence is during the Industrial Revolution, people were trying to improve the efficiency of steam engines. So, if I can drop this thing here. So, during the Industrial Revolution, people were trying to improve the efficiency of steam engines. And while they were doing so, they found that there is a certain science required to do so. And it is related to studying the movement of heat or how heat is affecting the outcome or the force. And that's how thermodynamics was born. So you might recollect that Joule actually started studying that if a body is at temperature T1, the other body is at temperature T2, and T1 is greater than T2, will there be a flow of, there is a flow. Now, in today we know that if there is a tank and the water level in this tank is higher, and then there is another tank. the water level in this tank is lower, and if I connect it with a pipe here, the water from this tank will flow to this tank until both the tank reach at the same water level, and then the water stops flowing from one tank to another. Similarly, temperature, we have two different bodies, one at temperature T1, one at temperature T2. There is a flow of energy from body 1 to body 2. This is body 1, this is body 2. Now, this flow of energy, according to Joule, is the caloric value. So he termed it as a caloric value, and later on, which we now know that there is a flow of heat. And there was a lot of work done by, so there is not one single person who can be accredited to the birth of thermodynamics. There were so many different genius minds who came together and during different periods or during different generations, they developed their own theories and got inspired from the researchers before them and their contemporaries, and it all gave birth to thermodynamics. So Joule was a very influential figure because he was able to see and he worked a lot on the concept of flow of heat and how it is affecting work. So now we know that heat can be converted to work. Similarly, work can be converted to heat. But during those times, it was very difficult for the people to actually accept this, that the heat can be converted to work, work can be converted to heat. But if you think about it, the steam engine, which was developed by James Watt, you are boiling the water, it is converting to steam, and it is passing through such a pattern that it is making a mechanical machinery move in a rotating form. So there is a rotation from heat. So you are deriving mechanical energy from heat energy. So this is a conversion of heat energy to mechanical energy. Now, is there a ideal conversion? No, there is no such ideal conversion. There are losses involved in between, and we will study about the losses and everything. That's why Q is never equals to W. There is some form of loss in between, and similarly, W will be never equal to Q. In ideal world, they can be, and in certain times in numericals, when you try to solve it, you take Q as equals to W because a certain constant, right now we know that it is J into W, which is Joule. It is not known also, but this is how the theory works behind this. So, how thermodynamics originated is the researchers were trying to improve the efficiency of steam engine, and during the Industrial Revolution, a lot of these European countries were trying to uh, improve their military supremacy or also their financial supremacy. British was trying several things, French were trying several things, then there was Spain, they were trying different things. So a lot of these countries, advanced countries of that time or developed countries of that time, they started inventing a lot. And now they have a steam engine, and they believe that if they improve the efficiency of steam engine, that can help them to gain supremacy in military or supremacy in financial. How? Because steam engine is now used in locomotives, it is transferring materials and equipment from one part to another. It is used in food mills where you can convert and produce foods. And in various other applications, you can just imagine where steam engine can be used in maybe let's say a welding shop or maybe something where you need to crush something or you're lifting something heavy and steam engine might be used there. So that this was after the birth of steam engine, we are now free from the force of nature. We humans discovered something which their form of energy, which is Directly, it is not connected. I mean, indirectly, we are definitely connected to nature, but that is something which doesn't involve or which we can achieve at any stage of time. We do not depend on nature for that. One such person who tried to improve the efficiency of steam engines was Sadi Carnot. He was a military engineer and French military engineer. He was actually the uh, military general, son of military general of Napoleon. And what Sadi Carnot did through his work, he was interested in improving the efficiency of steam engines. And why he was interested in that? Because he believed that doing that will help France win the Napoleonic Wars. So he did a lot of work on understanding the motive power of steam engines and how heat can affect the overall efficiency of steam engines, how the temperature difference between two bodies. Now, steam engine is working on flow of heat. So, how if I increase the temperature of one body and decrease the another temperature of another body, basically a heat reservoir and a condenser, and if I create a huge potential, then there might be I can gain more power from that. Now, how much should I increase? Is there a limit to that? So he did a lot of work on it and he published it. And then later on, William Thomson, and then were so many other people who actually uh, drew inspiration from his work and worked on it. William Thomson was one of the guy. What he did, he drew inspiration from what Sadi Carnot did, and based on his work, he published his own article and 1854, which I already explained, and he published his article and used the term thermodynamics for the first time over there. So he gave a very concise definition of thermodynamics, and according to him, he said that thermodynamics is the study of heat to forces acting between contiguous parts of bodies and the relation of heat to electrical agency. So this is the definition which William Thomson gave based on Sadi Carnot's work, and Sadi Carnot is today known as the father of thermodynamics because he did a lot of work. While there were so many other researchers as well, but he did a lot of work on improving the efficiency of steam engines. And then later on, William Thomson used some of derivations which Sadi Carnot did because Sadi Carnot unfortunately died because of cholera at a very young age in his 30s, I guess. And he was not able to be there. I mean, if he would have been alive, he would have done a lot of different works and maybe worked with William Thompson and his contemporaries on some other things. But we were fortunate enough that William Thompson and the other contemporaries were there, Joule were there, who took the work which Sadi Carnot did, and from his work, they further on developed the concept of thermodynamics. William Thomson and Clausius derived the temperature scale, the absolute temperature scale. In to regard or to honor William Thomson, we even give Kelvin because his name was William Thomson Kelvin. and we even has named Lord Kelvin, and there is a temperature scale, Kelvin scale, which is known after him. So, being said that, this is the definition which William Thomson gave in 1854, and it was the first time when he used thermodynamics as the first term. Now, with all this, thermodynamics is sometimes also known as, so if we can say thermodynamics, it is sometimes also known as daughter of steam engine. Daughter of steam engine because it started as a process to improve the efficiency of steam engines. So you can now think about how thermodynamics made a great change in during the Industrial Revolution and in uplifting the society overall. Now, what are some of the common applications? Some of the common applications. So some of the common applications could be power plant. So you have power coming to your house, energy which comes from a power plant. All these power plants run on the principles which are derived from thermodynamics. Other is refrigeration. Many of us have a refrigerator in our house or an air conditioner which is running in our house, and all those work on the principle of thermodynamics because all these involves flow of heat, conversion of energy, flow of heat, and how the study of flow of heat is thermodynamics. Now we have other different application. If I say day-to-day activities, now there are several applications, but we are only highlighting a few. It could be sweating, boiling water, boiling anything, boiling any liquid, whatever you want to boil. So these also involve flow of heat, and this is also where thermodynamics plays a role. So thermodynamics is everywhere. It's in your day-to-day life, and it's important to know. Uh, I mean, many of us won't even work on the directly on the field of thermodynamics, but thermodynamics is around us, and it is good to know that how it is directly or indirectly involved in our life, even though we are not working towards or in the field of thermodynamics. So I think this is all for the lecture one, and then I will see you in lecture two, where we will go on to microscopic viewpoints, and then try to understand what a control volume and a control system is, open system is, closed system is, all those things, and then move towards our series of basic thermodynamics. So this lecture series will have many different short videos, so you can pace up yourself on this 15 or 20 minutes videos, and over the period of time we will complete the basic thermodynamic series. Well, thanks for watching the channel, and if you like, please do share and subscribe to the channel. It helps us motivate uh, towards creating this type of content. And if you want to comment anything, please comment on the channel and we would appreciate to reply back. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next video.